Hey folks, Country Prepper here. I'm going to do a video. I hang out on a lot of prepper and survivalist forums and Facebook groups, and one of a prepper favorite for a tinder source that they can make at home is dryer lint stuffed in a toilet paper, the cardboard tube that's left over afterwards. And they don't burn very long. And I always had a problem with that. You know, they'll burn for maybe a couple minutes at best. So I found a way to improve them, waterproof them, and extend the burn time on them by a lot. I almost, I bet at least 10 times the burn time. So I reshot this video a couple times. I kept running into problems. I kept getting interrupted, and I've been kind of ill lately. So this is me on my third attempt at making this video and reshooting the intro for it again. So one thing, I was also having some camera problems. I kept fumbling my fingers. It's really cold out, so my hands aren't working real great, and I kept fumbling the buttons and screwing the video up. So I'm going to put it together the best I can. I'll move on to the video, and then I show you how long the burn time is. I will fast forward through the burn time because it burns for a long time. So we'll move on to that part of the video. So today I'm going to show you how you can extend the life of your lint toilet paper roll tenders that you preppers love to make. I make them from time to time too. Now, one of the things that I like to add to mine, we got a couple kids here in the house, so they like to draw, so they use a lot of number 2 pencils. I save the shavings when they sharpen their pencils, and I add those shavings to my lint toilet paper rolls. Now this graphite, the graphite is these are 2 little bitty pieces that ripped in half when I pulled it off of the lint trap, but that's just some of the graphite and stuff that was falling out in between there. Graphite won't hurt a dang thing. It is actually combustible. The really fine shavings like that, they will actually burn. They will actually catch, they'll combust anyway. So after that, I don't know if you can see over here, I have a little pot with some paraffin wax going in it. This is just regular old, it's a little thing of Gulf wax. You can use a candle too and melt a bunch of it. The reason I have this going on some parchment paper is because it can get kind of messy. So this, my wax is pretty well melted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one end of this. I'm just going to sit it down in there and let that dry for a minute. Now I'll keep doing that until I get a nice little coating, and then I'll just pour some in to make that level off. So I'll do all that, and I'll come back when I'm done and show you what it looks like. Alright, so once you've dumped some of the wax in one end of it, you want to turn it over and set it down so that it can drain back down to the bottom side, because if you don't, it'll just keep soaking it up until the whole thing is plumb full of wax, and you don't really want that. You want the end sealed off to help waterproof it, but you don't want the whole thing full of wax, because it'll be very hard to get started. Another thing that it will do is, let's see if it's cooled off enough yet. Nope, the wax is still coming out of there. So we'll let it cool off for a couple minutes and I'll be right back. Alright, so as you can see, I got both ends plugged with wax. And some wax, pretty much all over the damn thing. One thing, for some reason, my camera decided not to cooperate with me, and I poured a cap full of vegetable oil down in the lint before I put the wax on the other end. It extends the burn time even more. So we've got lint, pencil shavings, vegetable oil. You could also use olive oil or coconut oil. Coconut oil will actually burn a very long time. It is probably the best to use. But it's expensive, so I use the cheap old vegetable oil. Excuse me. So, when you have them coated with wax and oils and things like that, you can't just light them on fire. You gotta break them open. And this one's got quite a bit in it. So we're going to cut this open. Get out my trusty Bic lighter. We'll tip it up, maybe I can catch this edge here. Yeah, check the time on my recording here. It's a minute 45 right now. And I'll fast forward this and let you know what the time is when it's done and see how long this burns. Alright, well, I decided to slow the video back down, and just to give you a little update on the burn time, we are sitting just under 11 minutes now. I'll speed it back up, and when it's done, or maybe I'll update you again in another 10 minutes, because I think this is going to burn for a long time. Okay, so, slowing the video back down again. It's been burning for 20 minutes now. So how about I break this down just a little bit. Get it to burn up the rest of the way. Ooh, that's hot. And we'll see how long it takes for the rest of it to burn up. Well, you can see by now it's pretty well done for, just barely burning away. And the time Time reads 29 minutes 10 seconds, right? Well, 15 right now. 29 minutes 15 seconds. With the time that I added before I screwed up the camera, it's well over 30 minutes of burn time on that. So I think it does a lot better than a regular old cardboard tube stuffed full of lint. So anyway, I hope you liked the video. Hope it hope it helps somebody out. And just like to give some tips. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I've been kind of ill lately, so I'm trying to do some indoor projects. And I come up with some ideas. I'll shoot a video for you. So let's cut your prepper here. Please subscribe. Hit that like button on the video, and if you're gonna do any shopping at all for online for the holidays, for Christmas, please use my links. They'll be in the description box below, and I might even put one up here and one over there. So I'll see you next time.